Hi folks, how are you? This is Sjsrana updating on world events for May 14th at about 1111 hours UTC. So first we're going to take a look at the sun, and as you can see the sun has been very active recently. On May 8th, 9th we have seen a lot of CMEs, in fact 7 CMEs back to back from sun, and which we saw impacted Earth on May 12th, May 13th, even to the extent May 14th. But it's subsiding. However, it has created bizarre auroras on the northern hemisphere, and it was even visible to the UK. And they were very fascinating, marvelous auroras all around. As you can see, I've updated on my Instagram. So, folks, this I've been predicting all along. This is Sjsrana, as you can see here. Surinderjit Singh Rana. I'm on this different mood over here. So, these things I've predicted that by May, you will see a lot of bizarre events happening all across the earth. Because I predicted on June, July 2023 for hashtag MAY 2024 MRO. So basically, I have detailed a bit during that what is MRO, and I'm going to just explain a bit more because the hidden things are coming onto the surface now. So MRO is militia rule organization, also military rule organization, also metaphor rule organization. So these things are combined into the coded message, and what we are seeing is the fruition of that. So already a lot of wars are going across, and that's creating a militia rule by itself, like you can see in Ukraine, Israel, Hamas, all those things. So we'll go into other topics as well because we got a very short time to cover up a lot of topic over here. So I'm going to just go briefly into some of the major topics. So okay, here is what I have passing my time, sometime 5 minutes, 7 minutes on chess. Yeah, that's only I spend 5 to 7 minutes daily on chess. Okay, folks, very good news from China has created the largest qubit, which is 504 qubits on a single chip. Yes, this is the major development, and it's a breakthrough. We know atom computing has been creating a marvelous qubit, which is 1124 qubits, but that's a grand scale. But this guys is on a single chip, so what you can achieve is daunting. If you have the capability of 504 qubits on a single chip, which is having exceptional power, you can leave behind the supercomputing, which was 10 years ago, or a decade ago, or 2 decades ago. This can surpass easily in a single chip. That's the power of quantum. Quantum basically is a mechanism of way accessing the data where both the state 0 and 1 exist in a single bit. Unlike the other binary computing or the simple computing in which we have seen last year, it was only 1 or 0 state existence. However, in quantum, it's 0 and 1 together existing as a state in a quantum computing. This can give advantage on lot of things: surveillance, massive surveillance, automated surveillance, also human intelligence, also artificial intelligence will come to a level of 4 or 5 grade, which we see coming to us extent where you will be able to have a sort of a grand intelligence, artificial intelligence. Right now we just are on the stage 3 of intelligence from artificial intelligence, and that's going to surpass very soon. So folks, going on the other topics, we are seeing a lot of issues with India human rights. The UN has basically delinked or not given the accreditation to the local India HRC, which is National Human Rights Commission, because it's falling short of the points which are required for human rights to exist. And we have seen India is basically into a lot of problems with the human rights in the past track record, and also since a lot of the international human rights organizations like Amnesty International and others have been ousted long ago. So this has created a lot of issues, and also when there is no human right, then you can find human trafficking. So that's where we see India is now plagued with human trafficking. Not even just a simple scale of, at an isolated place of human trafficking, but we see India is booming with human trafficking. In fact, the sex trafficking of females delivery at night hours is becoming a basic business, or you can say a latest drug being supplied to the youths, so they become attuned to some sort of fascination of this sex, and they are lured into all other things which are non-social or antisocial. We have already seen how brazen the predators have become in the US. You have seen recently in New York, we find this person, predator, who simply took a chain or sort of a belt to hook onto a female who was just passing by and grab her into the sexual activities or molestation, even rape. So this kind of activities are supposed to occur now, and I think with the metaphor morons or metaphor criminals, I would rather call it criminals now, because see, the morons is basically another term defining for the criminals, or basically who are devils. That's what the term moron is, and you can call it like a metaphor devil criminals. That will become a little softer. But anyways, the deeds they do is nothing less than the dirtiest or the world most demeaning criminal activities. It's a gang. It's like group of people who will basically set their own rules, regulation on sex trafficking females. The delivery, the pickup, and the location and the timing all is set by some devil who is behind the scene controlling all the events. And this is the reason why the world is going to become or going to abyss. I'm telling you, it's my prediction, because we are on set on hashtag MAY 2024 MRO. So events are going to take place from now, because the epitome of devil entity has been revealed, and devils have been revealed, who are basically the scammers or even the impostors, impersonators, who are basically enjoying now, and they are basically winning the game. So folks, I'm going to delve to this, and this is my front yard view. Actually, just 2 days before, I have just shot this view from my CCTV camera. I had done some adjustments to it because of the hue, contrast, and all those things were not giving the good HD view. But now I'm getting the good HD view because the hue and the contrast have been reset. So anyways, our topic will delve more on what is metaphor criminal activity. So I'm parking my car here, you can see, on my front yard. So the metaphor game, the metaphor criminal game or gimmickry, schemes or tricks, whatever you call it, it's the latest and the largest selling drug in India for sex and for those people who are perverts or pedophiles or sex buyers. This has become a boom in India, and a lot of things which are untoward or which are criminal have come to limelight now, mostly scamming, impersonating, sabotaging identity. So basically, under this scheme, there is some theme picked up by some international players also, and it's been given to the people. Why is being done? Because they want to reveal the originality or the people who are much more intelligent than the average being. I guess that's the original theme. But how it has happened in India, it has completely detoured and become a demeanor, and it's become a sort of a devilish game. Because under this grand scheme of metaphor, people are basically trading females or trafficking females, girls in neighborhood, delivery at night hours to be raped by a goon who is going to pick up at secret time or location. So that sort of activity has taken up the big stream and mainstream, and the people who are non-devil or innocents, they will always avoid. They will avoid these things because this is intent of evil mindset, and only evil mindset will play this game, because they want to grab, steal, rob, bulgar, anything they will get, because that's the basic mindset of an evil. And evil, when it's having a lot of support, becomes a devil. So if you support evil or evil activities or evil mindset, it's going to become a devil sooner or later, folks, because the amount of limelight, amount of awards they get doing the evil deeds, scamming, plundering, sabotaging identity, impersonation, theft, looting, plundering, they're going to make them devil sooner or later. That's how the evil turns into devil, because devil is the epitome of evil mindset. And by all these hidden activities, it becomes very obvious. See, anything that is hidden, obscured, or have a leverage of fraud, coercion, force, is basically a sin. Okay, this is a evil byproduct, and more that is promoted, it give birth to the devil, and the devil is going to be in limelight very soon, because the devil gets always the winning angle, because they are always there. See, in India, it's very popular saying that perverts, powerful predators, pedophiles are most abundantly available, visible creatures in India. So if you are to find more of devil or evil, you just look no more, just look around, and you will find the people who are most visible around, not doing their own work but just sitting around or just basically grabbing things around, are the evils, or they are called the predators pervert mindset, because for them they are basically looking at the females girl passing around. And there's a metaphor game in India. It has got different alterations to that, which is a metaphor from a simple international theme is okay, but when the metaphor turns into basically your day-to-day deeds, let's say you are stepping out of the car, or you're parking your car somewhere, or you're having a shirt, or you're having a trouser, or you're having a pant wear, or whatever it is there. So all these things, the metaphor criminals are going to make that as a regulation. So let's say you're drinking 5 glasses of water instead of 4, or you're drinking 7 glasses of water. That is going to become a metaphor for them. So let's say you're drinking a Coca-Cola, or you're drinking a milk. That is going to become a metaphor. So all these things are under grand scheme of surveillance, and it's privacy invasion, no doubt about it. That's why human rights records of India is very low, because all these things can be done openly without any issues. Authorities simply don't care. If a massive surveillance is done on an individual, innocent, saints, they don't care. Privacy invasion, they don't care. That's the reason why recently, just 2 days ago, the UN related Human Rights Charter has basically denied accreditation to National Human Rights Commission of India, because the National Human Rights Commission of India is turning blind eye, simply blind eye, on this privacy invasion, sabotaging identity, on massive surveillance inside the houses. I'm not talking the surveillance on the road. Like, this is, you can say, my CCTV at my home, at my villa. It's doing guarding my house. So obviously it's not public surveillance, but this is basically something which is guarding my house and all these things around that, because if a burglar has to come, it'll be caught in the CCTV, and that's quite acceptable. What happens when you do a non-authorized privacy invasion surveillance at the bedroom, at the living room, at the kitchen of individuals? That's why India has been rightfully denied the accreditation to human rights, which is UN HRC, UN Human Rights Commission. It's very rightfully done, because India has to first prove all these angles, that they don't do privacy invasion, they don't have arbitrary arrests just on the allegations of blaming, because a lot of past history of India has been all these things, which is where we have seen the arrests being made to innocents and saints. I mean, you can catch criminal or a criminal mindset or a person who is involved in some crime, that's okay, and you can have the 10 members of them caught, arrested, that's fine. But if you catch an innocent and label them or blame them with ridiculous charges, which is totally unbiased, it's illegal, then you have what you call violation of human rights. So furthermore, that's how things have gone into. And this metaphor criminals, or this metaphor game, tricks, gimmickry, is nothing short of that. It's a violation of individual human right, and that has been going on for past 6-7 years, folks, I tell you. And that is basically raised alarm bells all across the world, and world leadership is already worried, but they are not able to get the right person or the original person so far. And that's what I'm trying to tell. The leadership has not seen the right person, original person, because there's a communication gap. The communication gap is too high, and the criminals, metaphor criminals, the goons, pervert predators who have been raping females around neighborhood for past 6-7 years using this metaphor trick gimmickry, are roaming freely. Authorities in India are least bothered that what they are doing is completely pure criminal activity, and it's an organized criminal activity, not just simple criminal activity. It's always teamwork involved. You can say a lot of people participate, many people also involved in neighborhood or whatnot, but this is a grand scale organized crime. And but in India it goes through. Recently we have seen the minister, which was MP, member of parliament on the South India, Mr. Govade, has been caught recently for having over 3,000 sexual content videos, personal private videos made by over 3,000 females individually, of having sexual intimacy forcefully. So that's how it's happening, folks. I mean, you can understand if 7, 5, 8 years these things go bypass, nobody cares, nobody knows, nobody wants to see, and nobody wants to have listened to those victims or survivors. You can understand what can go on. Yeah, that was a member of parliament of India, who was doing raping females every day, new females every day. Can you imagine? And now he's nowhere to be seen. Somehow he's lost. Somehow he's gone from the clutches of India government or the government authorities who wants to deliver justice from the courts to the victims' females. Yeah, it's over thousands and thousands of females. This is the largest ever sex trafficking or sexual abuse scandal in the whole world. Isn't that amazing? More than 3,000 females were raped and their sexual private videos were made available and put online for everyone to see. Can you imagine? This all is going in India. And India wants to join Human Rights Commission from UN. Everybody is laughing in the world except India because they don't even know what they're doing wrong. What shameful things are going in India, they don't even care. They just want to have accreditations everywhere. So folks, this is a bizarre scenario. Even Epstein, you know, the pedophile Epstein in New York State Prison, who died recently 3-4 years back, who was tried for human trafficking, sex trafficking, is pale in front of this India Parliament member who has been raping thousands and thousands of females daily, new females. So this kind of activity is possible, folks. So that's why I say saints and innocents are least visible, available people in India. Saints and innocents are least available, visible humans in India. And perverts, pedophiles, goon criminals, impersonators, rapists, professional rapists are most abundantly available, visible people in India. I call it creatures in India. So folks, that's how it is, and you take it whatever you see, whatever is genuine. But that's my thoughts, 2 cents on it. And I tell you, the world is going to become very bizarre now. The wars, the famine, the H5N1, you know, the bird flu.